sense of vulnerability. The incident has left a deep mark on residents who believe that the memory of the fire and its impact will not fade quickly. Many in the area also point to gaps in fire safety measures and enforcement, saying that stronger checks and better preparedness are needed to prevent such tragedies in the future. Joining us live on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vadhavan, who is in fact tracking these developments. Aditya, the residents obviously still living in fear. They believe that safety measures are not quite up to the mark. They need to make sure, they've asked the authorities to make sure that measures are in place, and they also are stating that they depend on community support in times of need rather than emergency response.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. If you see, definitely a very tragic incident has happened in Delhi, and definitely now even the search is on, as to how many more colonies in the national capital have such, have flouted the norms, as far as the number of rooms are concerned. Are there any hanging wires still in the very colony? So that becomes a very problem, and definitely now the fire safety norms have been mandated to be followed, in any hotel or any guest house. And definitely, Johnny, from here on, it needs to be seen what steps will the government take to ensure that the compliance measures are in full force, and there are no flouting of rules as far as the running of hotels, so that such tragedies are not repeated across Delhi. Shivani, back to you.
Absolutely, Aditya. Continue to stay on with us. We are tracking some more details. A resident of Delhi has highlighted the issue of tangled overhead wires in local lanes, saying that the city still lacks a proper underground cabling system. The resident claims that although the MCD occasionally removes or cuts these wires, they are reinstalled within days after private cable and internet providers restore connections at the request of residents. So Aditya, obviously overhead cables is also something that has gained attention due to this tragedy. Take us through what these citizens are in fact talking about.
Well, definitely, Shivani, if you see, this issue of overhead cables has also been brought to light following this Delhi fire tragedy, and definitely, these overhead cables are definitely very, very dangerous. They pose a significant threat to the colonies where there is very people. It is sparsely populated. It becomes very difficult if it is densely. I beg your pardon. Then if a colony is densely populated with house situated with each other, so completely at this juncture there are concerns regarding that, because many colonies have such overhead cables problem, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario post this Delhi fire tragedy. Shivani.
Absolutely, Aditya. Let's also focus on the probe that is currently underway in this Malviya Nagar fire tragedy, and fresh details have emerged about Lavkesh Bajaj's licensing history, with records showing that he first applied for a tea snacks outlet license in 2024. The license was approved by the MCD's Public Health Department on May 29, 2024 and carried a validity till March 31st, 2025. Now, officials say that the license was later renewed in 2025 for another year. Authorities are now examining the approval trail and also the compliance status as part of the ongoing probe. So Aditya, even in the probe, various details are now emerging. We are coming to know that Lavkesh Bajaj had also applied for a tea stall permit. He was granted that license by the MCD. It was renewed as well. This has all come under the scanner now, given that the lapses that were found in the BNB that was run by him.
Oh, well, definitely, Shivani, indeed, the license that this accused Lavkesh had sought, that expired on 31st March 2026. So completely, this means that he was operating with flouting the rules, which is against the law, and definitely now the FIRs have been, lodged under various relevant sections. So completely at this juncture, Shivani, there are concerns as to how the things will move forward. Definitely, we are seeing some very chilling details as far as the Delhi fire tragedy incident is concerned, and it needs to be seen what further action is taken against this accused Lavkesh. And many reality checks are now going on in different colonies of Delhi, because this overhead cable and this most of the colonies in Delhi are populated with buildings very close to each other, which makes which makes them vulnerable to fire, short circuits due to wire. So completely at this juncture, Shivani, the investigation is on, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Back to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all those details. Now, following the recent fire tragedy in Delhi's Malviya Nagar, authorities have initiated bulldozer action in the area. The move comes as part of enforcement measures against violations linked to safety norms and unauthorized structures. My colleague has filed a ground report from Hauz Rani at Malviya Nagar. Let's take a look.
में एक ऐसी घटना घटी जो दिल दहला देने वाली थी। 21 लोगों की जाने गई, जिसमें से ज़्यादातर वो लोग हैं जो देश के बाहर से हिंदुस्तान में और देश की राजधानी दिल्ली में अपना इलाज कराने आए थे, लेकिन उन्हें नहीं पता था कि एक लापरवाही से उन लोगों की जान चली जाएगी। हालांकि इसका आरोपी जो लवकेश बजाज, उसे गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है, लेकिन वही दूसरी तरफ 21 लोगों के साथ साथ जो बाकी इंजर्ड जिनको बचाया गया, उसमें दिल्ली पुलिस के वो हीरो मेरे साथ हैं, जिसमें दिनेश यादव और देशराज जी और एक करतार जी हैं। देशराज जी, कल जो 21 लोगों की मौत हुई, अभी हम दिनेश यादव जी को सुन रहे थे, उन्होंने कहा कि अगर हमें मौका और मिलता तो हम और लोगों को बचा सकते थे। कैसी वहाँ पर घटना थी, किस तरीके से आप लोगों ने वो मंजर देखा?
सर, जैसे हम पहुँचे तो पुलिस ने पहले शीशा तोड़कर कुछ लोगों को साइड से, गली के साइड से उनको रेस्क्यू किया था। उसके बाद हम पहुँचते हैं एसओपी साहब मौके पर, तो आग के लपटें बहुत ज़्यादा था। तो हमें एकदम से उसमें जब तक आग नहीं बुझ जाती, कंट्रोल नहीं होता, तब तक हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे। लेकिन जैसे ही आग पे कंट्रोल किया गया, लेकिन बिल्डिंग के अंदर धुआं बहुत ज़्यादा था। हमें लगा कि लगभग आग की जो लपटें वो कंट्रोल में आ गई। तो हम अंदर जाते हैं कि जितने लोग बचे हैं उनको, जो अंदर हम उनको बचा सके।
जब आप अंदर गए तो क्या उस वक्त आग की लपटें थी और लोग अंदर फंसे हुए थे?
फंसे हुए बहुत थे, हमें कन्फर्म था कि लोग फंसे हुए हैं इसके अंदर। और क्योंकि कुछ लोग ऐसे थे जो कूदने में सक्षम थे, फर्स्ट या सेकंड फ्लोर से वो आ गए थे। थर्ड और फोर्थ फ्लोर का हमें कन्फर्म था कि वहाँ से कोई लोग नहीं बचे। उसके बाद हम जैसे अंदर जाते हैं, धुआं बहुत ज़्यादा था और हमें सांस लेने में दिक्कत हो रही थी।
हॉस्पिटल के अंदर के
हाँ, और अंदर से इतना ज़्यादा गर्म था वो कि हमें बिल्कुल अंदर पसीने से पूरा शरीर पसीने में।
आपके पास वो प्रॉपर किट